Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Friday, the 8th of April. With Robert Murray McShane, we read Proverbs chapter 26 today. And the first couple of verses talk about living in a world that has fools in it. And that's the world we inhabit. It starts off saying, like snow in summer or rain in harvest, honor is not fitting for a fool. And as I read that, I thought, the media is full of fools being honored, whether it's at entertainment award ceremonies, whether it's politics, whether it's business. There are so many people that you look at and you think, no, but they're honored. And even more so when we recognize that Scripture says, the fool says in his heart, there is no God. And so many people being honored have said that. They will not have any truck with God. Therefore, biblically, they're fools and they're being honored. That's a society we live in, and it's wrong. It's like snow in summer. Doesn't belong. So that was the one verse. And then two other verses, verses 4 and 5. Verse 4 says, do not answer a fool according to his folly, or you yourself will be just like him. If there's a fool sprouting nonsense, don't get involved. Certainly don't sprout nonsense yourself, because that just is not a good idea. But then verse 5 says, answer a fool according to his folly, or he will be wise in his own eyes. If somebody's a fool, sometimes they need to be pointed out. What you're saying doesn't make sense. That's being foolish. And here we have two verses saying almost exactly the opposite thing. And if we take Scripture literalistically, this is a clear example of a contradiction. Verse 4 says, do not answer a fool according to his folly. Verse 5 says, answer a fool according to his folly. What do? Contradiction. And we've actually got to read it intelligently and see what it's saying in the context of the whole verse. And so in the New American Standard Bible, the first verse is, do not answer a fool according to his folly, or because you'll get involved. And if you get involved dealing with fools, you look like a fool. So be careful. And then the next verse says, answer a fool as his folly deserves. So when somebody's being foolish, they need to be held accountable. They need to be brought up. They need to be told that is nonsense. And so we read that and we understand that. And then as we read through it, there's all sorts of wonderful pictures. One of them is verse 9. Like a thorn bush in a drunkard's hand is a proverb in the mouth of a fool. And one can just imagine this image of some drunk staggering around with an acacia branch, one of those thorn trees full of those big white thorns. Anyone that comes near them is going to be sorry for that. And Solomon's saying, that's like a fool with a proverb. They don't know what they're doing. They're going to make a mess of things. Avoid it. It's just not a good idea. So a wonderful chapter with all excellent little pictures in. And there's one other that I just need to read. Verse 17. Not about fools, but about joining in quarrels. It says, like one who grabs a stray dog by the ears is someone who rushes into a quarrel not their own. And that's just this wonderful picture. Find a stray dog, try and grab it by its ears. It's going to bite you. You're going to be sorry. It's not going to go well for you. Likewise, when you see two people in a quarrel, if it's not your quarrel, don't get involved. Keep out of it. And if one of the people involved in the quarrel is your friend, just try and extricate them. Don't get involved yourself, because it's like grabbing a stray dog by the ears. So a whole lot of little snippets of wisdom dealing with guiding us how we live in a world that as you look around, you realize there's a fair number of fools all around us. You can't get away from them, but you can be careful how you deal with them. So some great wisdom from Solomon. Read it, apply it, and be blessed.